Yeah, thank you. So the construction sector, as you already said, it's by far the largest polluter in the world. So 60% of all waste and 40% of GHG emissions are coming exactly from this sector. And what's really striking is that half of these emissions are due to the production of construction material. Why so? Because we follow the so-called take, make, waste principle. So we produce materials like these windows or the bricks, we put them into buildings, and after just a couple of years, what are we doing with these really valuable materials? We throw them away, we landfill them. Give you an example, a supermarket on average will be demolished after 10 years. An office building, the interior will be taken out after 5 years and will be completely thrown away. And these really good materials, only 1% are really reused. So you can say the climate crisis is decided on the construction site. And this is why we created Concular. With Concular, we can increase this 1% reuse rate to 60%, because we don't look at it as waste, but we look at it as a value. So we digitize the materials before deconstruction happens in a building, and then we know what's in the building, we match it with the demand in new building and manufacturers, and then we also take care that the materials are coming from the one building to the other. Now we exist since 5 years, and so far we digitized more than 12 million square meters of buildings. That's thousands of buildings in 8 countries. We circulated 15 million materials. So it's the bricks, it's the windows, it's the facade, everything you can imagine in a building. What's really great is that this not only decreases, it's good for it has an ecological benefit, so 95% of CO2 reduced, but it's also economically feasible. So on average, we can save up to 30% of the deconstruction costs. That's hundreds of thousands of euros. Why? Because this is not anymore waste where you have to pay for the landfilling, but now you get money for selling these materials. But how does this exactly work? So there's 3 steps for that. First, digitize. What we discovered is that we just don't know what's in the building, what materials are in the building. No one knows it. Any building you went today, no one knows what's there. We don't do a documentation of it. So that's why we have, before deconstruction is coming up, to digitize the materials. So we created, of course, a software with it. You can use it on the app. You can use 3D scans, and then we have a lot of data. With this, we can apply an AI, and then we can see what materials are in a building. But not only that, we created from that methodology a whole international recognized standard. So a DIN standard, which is now applied in a lot of countries worldwide. And with that, we know then what's in the building. We can sell the materials before the deconstruction happens, and then by matching that with the demand of it, and then we really do that. So you can see, for example, here how the window is taken out from the football stadium in Stuttgart and then just put in another building. And this happens with thousands of materials every day all over Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and many more. This is also enabled by so-called urban mining hubs, where we really have storage facilities all over Germany where we can take these materials, refurbish them, and put them in the other buildings. But you also say, what's not measured, it's not getting done. That's why it's also very important to measure the impact. So for every action we are doing, we have the data, and we can measure also in the end how much money did you save by not landfilling, but selling the materials, how much CO2 did you save, and also if you build a new building, how much is your building actually worth if you don't consider this material from the beginning as a waste, but as a value, as a material bank. As said, we are doing that now for 5 years with 70 people. We did thousands of buildings. We created our own standard. We created even an insurance for these products. So that means you can get these reclaimed materials for the same quality, for the same warranty, but cheaper, 30% cheaper, and 95% less CO2. So there's no reason anymore to buy new materials. We want to make this as a standard. 70 people work on this every day to make the construction sector more circular. And this is only working when we all work together. And this is why our motto is, together we are circular. Thank you.